So here we are, we got the heat gun. Doesn't take much really to loosen that old epoxy. We've got that TaylorMade SIM2 Max into the graphite shaft extractor. I don't like to use a blowtorch on this because of the paint on the heads. So instead we use this heat gun. Give it a little bit of heat. You can see here we have a little bit of tape to protect the shaft because we will save the shaft. The shaft is not bad. We're just going to save it. We equally distribute the torque down onto the nuts so that the shaft is held in there securely. Give it a little bit more heat. I try to stay off of the carbon fiber on the top and really just work my way around the very trail end of the hosel, because primarily the shaft, you know, goes to the bottom of the hosel. It's not going any further than that, so you don't really have to heat anything more than that. Let's see if it'll give. Yep, there it goes. So you can feel it release. And I kind of watch to make sure that the shaft doesn't move so we don't anticipate scratching the shaft. Set the heat gun down so that nobody gets burned. And the head up here is not hot, so I can touch it with my hand. And then the reason why you want to use one of these graphite shaft extractors is so you can save the graphite shafts, because if you twist the head, you're going to ruin all the graphite fibers in there. So there you go. The head's straight on out. No harm done other than cleaning up the epoxy on that shaft and cleaning out the inside of it. What we're going to do now is I look down in there and I can see there was a little a tip or a little weight right there, and sometimes it'll stay in that shaft, sometimes it'll pop out. That just means it was glued. You can maybe see it's a little blue one. The tip of it's blue, but you can see the epoxy in there. We need to clean out all that out. We need to get that little tip out of there so we can make room for the new shaft to go down in. The shaft that we're going to use is actually one of my old custom shafts that Fuji made for me, Fujikura. This is a 5-wood Speeder Evolution Tour Spec X Flex. You can see the labels right there. We're going to go ahead and install it. Tour Spec X. What does Tour Spec mean? Well, it's just flighted lower. So for that reason, that's why I'm putting this shaft into this 5-wood head, because it's going to flight it lower at 18 degrees. So I'm looking to get a little bit more of a 3-wood trajectory out of it and still hit it just as far, even though it does have 18 degrees. And for me personally, it helps me just launch it in the air a little bit better, and it'll give me better carry. I already have one of these 5-woods, and I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to see if, because of this setup, if I can get a little bit more distance out of this one with this torque quality shaft and pick up maybe 7, 8, 10 more yards and just kind of test it out from there. I anticipate, because of the launch angle, I'm going to get that, so I can hit this just as far as a 3-wood, and it's going to be a little bit more forgiving off the deck, of course, coming into some par 5s and things like that. That little extra loft is just going to launch it into the air for me at not too high of a trajectory, but more of a medium trajectory. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, there you have it. A little golf club stuff here in the golf shop today on Father's Day. Have a good one.